Hi guys, I'm bringing you along for my first endurance ride. It's going to be a 40k ride and I am here in Pattaya, Thailand. I arrived the day before the race to check out the race venue, and actually our team, which is the MCC team, we have 2 members who are participating in the longer ride, which is about 100 or 120k, I'm not sure. And this takes place the day before my 40k race. So here they are. They started since early morning, and when I arrived it's already in the afternoon, so they've done quite a lot already. So I wanted to check out the water points to see what we needed to do. I guess it's quite straightforward. You see the rider on the left getting down from the saddle, but for me, because it's only a 40k ride, which is an entry level or entry distance ride, I wouldn't need to dismount. After checking out the water point, I'm headed back to the stables to see my horse. Here he is, Mr. Armando. Armando is an Arabian. He's a 10-year-old gelding and standing at 15 hands and a half. Now we're taking all the horses out and taking them to the trot up and vet check to see if they're up for the race tomorrow.
เราพร้อมค่ะ
Let me talk a little bit about this lady beside me. This is Kun U, and she's the master trail rider in Thailand. You may have seen glimpses of her in my other videos, and she's the one who invites us out to different trails all around Thailand. She did this 40k endurance ride for the first time a few months ago, and she DNF'd. There was some problem with her horse being too exhausted, so she's back and she wants to complete the 40k endurance ride. So here we are. Look at that handsome boy. Here he is at the trot up, and he did well enough and he passed, and we're good to go tomorrow. Here is our team of 5, 3 of which this is the first time doing endurance. Wish us luck! Good morning. It's 5:15 and I'm heading to the race venue. Everyone's getting ready. And here's hubby, my support crew. Here we're just warming up and waiting for all of our team to mount. My friend has told me when she did her first endurance a few months ago that to beware of the starting moments, because so many horses are gathered together. So I think this time the team are trying to avoid that big chaotic start and arrive a little bit after everyone else. But I think we took a bit too long to get there, and you'll see that everyone had left. We were a few minutes late to start. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it probably didn't have much of an effect in our time.
Easy is the name of the game, babe.
Yes, Armando was rearing to go, but you can see there's some nervousness with the horses already, even with us, just the 5 of us. And it's actually a sign for what's to come.
Armando อามันโดไปเลยปะ
ไปก่อนครับในสนามก่อนครับไปรายงานตัวก่อน
Finally, we are approaching the starting line. You can see everyone else has left already, but it's okay. I was confident that we could catch up. Besides, I wasn't there to win any trophies. I was just hoping to finish with Armando in good shape, and that'll be a success for me.
Go on.
Okay, he decided to stop at this point.
Bye.
I'm not sure why. Maybe my nerves. I was trying not to feel nervous, but he was ready to go earlier, and suddenly he just stood still. I've convinced him to keep going, and we needed to report our number to the starting judges.
มันโดตามตัวไหนคะ
ได้หมดเราจะไปตามมัน
สวัสดีค่ะอ๋อขอบคุณค่ะที่ให้ขี่ขอบคุณค่ะ
That group is actually the owners of Armando, and this is actually the first time I've met them.
29 ค่ะ
At this point, I'm not sure why we haven't started. Don't know what we were waiting for, but you'll see in a bit that it was lucky for me that we were waiting here for a bit.
ดูสีน้ำเงิน
โอเค
Notice anything amiss here? At this point, I haven't yet realized what was amiss until Armando started to walk on.
โอ้โหไอ้สายหลุดค่ะ สายหลุดค่ะโว้โว้
เบอร์29ถ่ายวิดีโอหรือเปล่าคะ
ใช่ค่ะได้ไหมคะ อ๋อได้ค่ะถ่าย
So, how lucky am I for the rain to come off before the race actually started? Can you imagine if I was in the middle of cantering? And yes, what a bummer. I was not able to use my GoPro, so I have to rely on a team photographer for these beautiful photos instead. Okay, so let me tell you more about the race in some details. It's a 40k race, and we do 2 rounds of 20k with a 40 minutes rest for both the human and the horses in the middle. And within that 20k, we have a water point at every 5k. So, it's not so intimidating, and you'll come up to your crew every 5k. This is the first 20k, so the first round around the circuit, and we're taking it easy. We've been told by the vets to take it easy so the horses are not tired, and we may have been taking it a bit too easy. We were the last 2 to come in.
เราเก็บโหลกัน2 คนนะคะ
So I have paired up with my friend Kun O the whole way. For some reason, Armando did not want to overtake her. Here we are at the 40-minute halfway break with my sons here to support as well. And this is my time. You can see we did not canter much and did a lot of walking. And we're off again for the last 20k. I must say the morning session was quite easy. The sun was not out in full force yet because we started at 6:30. For the second round, it was around 10 o'clock, so it was heating up, but I still kept my spirits up. However, it was tested many times because with the second round, there were many points that our horses decided to just stop. I mean, what can you do? Intense legs, we weren't allowed any props. No one wanted to lead. We were with the other 2 newbies in our team. So the 4 of us, the horses were just not moving. We must have lost more than 5 minutes at 3 or 4 different points. so we did lose a lot of time, and a lot of energy was lost during those moments also. Anyways, we kept going as best we can. At some point, Armando decided that he wants to go faster, so we went on our own, and I was hoping that we would come in to the finish line in time. However, after the last water point, so 5K to go, only a few minutes in, we were trotting, Armando decided to stop. I think we were at a gate where there is a path back to the stables, and he just didn't want to keep going. And at that point, I think that's the crux of an endurance race. It's not the long distance, it's more about what to do when your horse doesn't cooperate. I got down, dismounted, trying to walk him, got up again, trying to convince him to go. He just wouldn't budge. A few horses passed me and I jumped back on to try to follow them. Armando wouldn't go until everyone has passed. I was the last person and I just didn't know what to do. I must have dismounted and remounted 3 or 4 times, and that really sucked the energy out of you. And eventually he decided, or he consented to go. So I kept trotting to try and catch up with the rest of the group, and caught up with them. Man, those last 3K, I was so exhausted. I couldn't get enough breath in me.
สายแล้วสายแล้ว
And we finally arrived at the final lawn, and we were trying to make up time. We're not even sure if we're going to come in before the cutoff time. So against what you typically would do, which is to slow down before the finish line to get the horse's heart rate down, we had to canter. We tried to hurry, and finally we made it. Thank goodness we made the cutoff time. Look at my face. You can see I was trying to just keep breathing. Whew. And here are my stats for the second half. But this is not over yet. Even though we made it before the cutoff time, Armando has to have his heart rate down within an allotted amount of time. I think it's 15 minutes. Otherwise, if he doesn't pass the vet check with the heart rate and soundness, we would be deemed unsuccessful in this event. At the last possible moment, he went for his trot up, and the judges deemed he passed. Yay! My goodness, what a joyous moment. What a day, what an experience. Thank you to the organizers and Thai Polo Equestrian for making this such a great event. And most of all, thank you to the MCC team, the vets, the crews. You guys, it took so many people to make this event. Last but not least, thank you, Armando, for being my partner for my first endurance event. You have been wonderful. Even though we had our ups and downs, you kept me safe and we finished. Whoop, whoop. And now before we say goodbye, there's a short clip that I've managed to compile together from my photographer. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining me this week, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.